I have this saying that I always say, success is inevitable, the secret is in the wait.
What I know is neurochemically, when someone is happy, engaging in activity, there are many chemicals and hormones being flushed on the system. So main one will be dopamine. Then there's something called oxytocin, serotonin. All these are good hormones, chemicals in the brain. It's just like talking philosophy to a hungry man. A hungry man just needs food.
Yeah.
This person just needs to survive, and the body is wired for that. What can he do to make things better?
That's an excellent question. It's good we had a cup of tea just now and this thing popped up also. This is amazing for us to share.
Welcome to Change Catalyst, Mindshift Mastery, where we dive into the world of transforming minds. I'm Dr. Anand, with a keen interest in how our subconscious thoughts shape us. Here, we explore how everyday life and our feelings connect. We'll talk about how to handle emotional challenges and improve mental health. We'll look at why life feels so fast these days and how the world around us affects our minds. Together, we'll learn ways to understand ourselves better and make positive changes. Come and join us on this journey of discovery and growth at Change Catalyst Mindshift
I
Mastery.
think it boils down to just like what Maslow talks about in the hierarchy. There's 5 needs all the way to self-actualization. The bottom one is basically it's on the survival part. If someone who's trying to survive and we are trying to give positive psychology to him, he will say whatever, and then we say, I need to survive, I don't have food, I need to eat. And not even here we are talking about you need to stay under a roof.
Yeah.
But this guy doesn't care about that. So the solution is to go to their level and help them out at that level, what they need, because that is what will make them to ascend. So few months ago I had this realization how Maslow's hierarchy is also connected to the chakras. Because if the person is operating from the bottom 3, he'll be more in the survival mode. So he's descending. So to ascend, we at positive psychology, we're trying to say, I'm from here, from heart level, I want you to understand this. They won't understand. I guess that's where compassion comes in. Where actually we go to their level, and if we can, we help them out, or we point them to the right direction. And for them to get that help that they need. Not where we are trying to be and trying to get the filler. So we always say pull someone up, right? But he can't, right? And you might sink down by doing it. Why don't you point them to the direction? So one of the things that I think important is to get help, speak to a friend that you can trust. If it's finance, talk to someone who knows about finance literacy and have a conversation about that. They might say, hey, you know what? If you're really struggling, maybe you go to AKPK or something, there's some agency, something. So why don't you go there and have a conversation with them? So the problem is a lot of them are not, number one, they're not aware. They're just drowning. Number two, they're aware but they don't know where to go because they're keeping it to themselves, because they don't want to share, because they're scared to be judged. I think over here they need to express themselves out, and that's what Gabo Mate says. The biggest source of illness is suppression compared to expressing it out. And this is where I think authenticity comes in. You're suffering and suffering. Bro, I'm suffering.
Yeah.
Can you help me out? I don't know where to go. I think that's the way to start, because that's where I think awareness begins. I'm aware now.
True.
Time to move.
So they need support group. So it will be helpful.
Yes.
So are you aware of any technology or support group system that it can play a role for this group of
So
people?
one of the things that we do at the LOA Center is in 2018 we are doing corporate works, and then we said how we are going to actually reach out to mass public out there who can't afford corporate programs. So that's when we launched a free app called the Reset app, and it talks about growth mindset. And you can actually express it out without being commented, because you know how social medias work. Social medias work such that the moment you comment, there's keyboard warriors say something else. Totally, they are not responsible for what they said, but the response or the reaction of that person who received it can be until suicidal, many cases. So over here, that is taken care. No, and we have also added many features like you can put what you want, which is on growth mindset. It works on growth mindset, celebrating your gratitude, and also expressing without being judged. 3 important things, totally free. Now over here we have also just recently we have added something which is very important, which is called Connect. Because few years ago we were invited by the Jabatan Pembangunan Wanita to put SOS button. So you can hit the SOS button and get help. But there are also a group of people, they're not just wanting to dial and to be sent somewhere for medication or what, they just want to talk.
Yeah.
So we created another system called Connect, where the group of enhancers that consists of counselors, coaches, therapists who will be in, and then now there's few and more coming in. We're engaging with them because we realized that in Malaysia there's around 9,000 plus counselors. Only 4% around there is being employed by MOH, and the rest are basically in schools or doing part-time, services, this and that. I believe counselors are someone that we need for someone to not to fix them, but at least lend them a ear to hear them out. Let them express it out. I have experienced situations where when I'm sitting with my clients, sometimes it's just the person is just expressing. Next thing they find a solution. And the solution did come from me. I think it only came because the space was created. So yes, the app is there. It's free. We can leave the link down there for them to use. And if they're going to use the Connect service, that is on token base. It's if you want to talk to someone for an hour, someone who's credible. Only credible people are being put there, because once someone applies to be an enhancer, our team actually vets it through to see whether they are reliable. Counselors will be looking for the counselor certification form also. So with that, they can actually get some help in a very affordable way.
So those who want to know this, they just go to Google Play, type Reset app,
Reset app,
and then it will appear and they can explore.
The red logo will come with Reset. They can look at that, and we can also leave a link down here for people to go and explore. That is one way we can help. So we saved quite around 3 people from committing suicide, and that's a good feeling in the sense. If we can help 3, there's more which we don't know that we help, and many have come and said the life is better. So that could be a way for them to rewire themselves towards going into financial freedom or whatever they want to do. So there is a way of doing it, Doctor.
I think one way to help a person, let's say a person going through this stress or anxiety because of economic situation, one reason a person is stressed can be because of overexposure to the media, to the content. So we are constantly connected to social media. So the constant barrage of information, ringgit is down, economy is down, so the constant of negativity there. So we all know not all news are accurate. Some are not. So I think the first step, if someone is going through that stress, the anxiety, the fear, ringgit is going down, money is bad, economy is bad, detox yourself from communication for a moment. Use communication just for important reasons. Make a call, research, study, do stuff. Disconnect from sources.
Nice.
Information. So once you disconnect, it gives your body time, your mind time to wind down. So how long does it take? It varies from person to person. So I think 1 week is a good detox time. But that does not mean you cannot use your phone, you cannot use your technology. You need to use technology for good reasons. So remove yourself from triggers of that can cause you stress. So for example, if you know that place is a tiger, you won't intentionally go keep exposing yourself to tiger. So treat this situation as a tiger. So you remove from that. Number 2, how I see is that a situation you can control? Is it within your control? If it's not within your control, what can you do about it? You can't do anything. It's not within your control. So why worry? If you think you can do something and whatever you do can make a difference in that environment, then why you worry? You still can do something. So in order, there's nothing for you to worry. If you think economic crisis out there is big thing, you are just one single person. So whatever you do will not make a big difference or impact. So why you worry? Worry what you can worry, which is your family, your life, your job, your health, your hobbies, what you like, what you don't like. Pay attention to that. Let the economy takes its course. It's know how to correct itself. It's auto-correct, auto-repair, whatever you can do. You can do whatever you can do. There are intelligent people to take care of that. We take care of what we can take care of. So the hence where you came from, minimize your expenditure, prune here, prune there, talk to people. So take care what you can take care. Take control of what you can take control.
Yeah.
So forget about how economy is doing, who is not doing, ministers not doing, that minister, this politician. Those are not within your control. So forget about that. Leave that to the experts. So we take care of what we can take care. I think the first thing to take care is our state of self-awareness.
True.
All right, to be aware. Okay, this is where I am. This is what I have. This is situation is. All right, how can I change to make things better? If you need to take difficult steps, then you need to do it collectively as a family. You need to sit down with your children, with family members. Okay, this is the thing happening. This is my limitation. A conversation with them at an emotional level needs to happen. Sometimes intellectual conversation needs to happen, but both emotionally, intellectual level needs to happen, so that everyone is roped in to chip in, to get some help. So everyone feels, okay, this is what we need to do. Why is this important? It's important for the future generation, for the kids, to know that, all right, during this time, these are the things we need to do. So it prepares them for future scenarios. So they learn, all right, my parents went through this situation, so during this situation, these are the things we need to do. So indirectly, they learn good things. So I think that is important. And that creates a positive subconscious process. So by doing this, a person actually detox himself or herself of negativity in the subconscious process. And of course, things like mindfulness, meditation helps to reduce stress. So I think it's a thing that a person needs to spend time for himself or herself. If you don't spend for you, who else is going to spend for you?
Exactly.
So you need to sit down and detox yourself so that you can face the challenges. Face it, the world is full of thorns. So you just have to walk through the path so that you don't step on the thorns. So in order not to step on the thorns, you have to be very conscious where you're putting your foot. You can't just aimlessly run. You can't aimlessly walk. You need to know where you're walking, where you're running, so that you don't get pricked. And if you get pricked, what do? You don't start complaining the thorns are there. Thorns were there. You didn't realize it. So never mind. So what can I do now? So I think self-awareness is important. Yeah.
Brilliant. So it's being aware of where we are, and once we know where we are, taking whatever steps. One of it is what you said is associate yourself with good people so that you can actually express it out. Because rather than keeping it inside, so it's good to share people. So it doesn't mean you're weak if you share.
Yeah.
Just pick the right people to share. I think that's the most important thing. I want to ask you a question, Doctor. So you said, if there's a tiger, you definitely won't go to a place where there's a tiger and build that memory, that fear more and more again, right? I totally agree. How do you make the tiger to go smaller?
How do you make the tiger go smaller? Meaning that, how do you make the anxiety and fear go smaller?
Yes.
The way I see this, we